I'd like to tell you a little bit about how this course came to be. What I've called body sensing yoga or somatic movement developed in my life as a practice, both gradually and spontaneously. The practice happened gradually over a period of years as I realized that my body really loved using the Thai yoga mat more than a thin plasticky yoga mat. Gradually, as I realized that the wall was my relaxation friend, that the large physiotherapy ball could support me and give me proprioceptive input to enhance my movement experience. Gradually, as I enjoyed the sensation of letting my eyes relax in darkness with an eye pillow or an eye mask. Gradually, as I realized I could hear my own precious breath when I took away all the other sounds using earplugs. Gradually, I came into a stage of life where self-love was the most important thing I could be doing, and this practice was a result of that knowing. So around 2017, after allowing myself to become involved in social and political justice, the body sensing practice became a sort of savior for me as I felt inundated by an anxious mind and enraged emotions. At this time, I remember one day when I just could not bear the rampage of negative thoughts and feelings that were flooding through my system. Spontaneously, I picked up the eye mask and the earplugs. I just needed to take away the outside world and just feel myself at the most basic level of sensation. That experience was so effective at bringing me back to myself that I organized what I had been doing into a class that I've been teaching ever since. This class, Somatic Movement, is the experience of feeling yourself from the inside out, what your body needs in this precise moment, and the next one, and the next one, what it wants to do, how it wants to move, or how it wants to be still, how your own innate wisdom creates what you need, both fluidly and solidly. And you might find, as I did, that this innate wisdom and body sensation begins to inform your everyday life and becomes your guidance. Somatic movement practice. So make sure you have a comfortable mat. And now you're going to just tip the hips up so that you can imagine each one of the vertebrae of your spine coming up and down. And your goal is to visualize them separating. You can try a different position for a while. This is a higher up position, and you'll be able to actually move higher up toward the mid-spine as you lift, but still feel it as a rolling up and a rolling back down. So you're really visualizing each vertebrae of the spine articulating. Each one is moving independently. Now the feet are very close to the wall, and you may feel more in the calves, the ankles, as you use this position. You can even come up onto the feet a little bit. But as you can see here, I'm just doing small movements, and that's fine too. All right, here's some other ways you can use the wall. Get the bottom up really close to the wall. And then when you lift the head, you're just lifting with the chest muscles and the solar plexus muscles. Try to allow the head to not be strained as you do these lifts. Side stretching along the wall. You can either stretch both legs out altogether, or both legs bend, or the top leg stretch so you feel it in the hip. You can do both sides. Now, normally all of these exercises would be held longer with a lot more breathing. This is just to give you a sample. But please, when you're doing them at home, take your time with all of this. Go as slowly as you feel works for you. And always give yourself a little rest after each exercise. So, butterfly with gentle pressure, the hands toward the knees, and you can feel this in the hips. It's helping to create space. Here's helping to release one hip and then the other. Remember to breathe in this. Take at least a couple of breaths each exercise. Now, with the body close to the wall, we'll do some body raises. So we're rolling up, and then as best you can, control the movement as you roll back down. You can put the feet in different heights against the wall, and you'll notice different effects. And here, in support of the spine, coming into a modified shoulder stand. Of course, you can be in a tall shoulder stand as well. It's up to you and up to your own mobility. So coming out of this a little tricky, I like to bring the knees in and then find the wall with one leg and then the other, and then slowly roll down again. Again, breathing and relaxing, allowing everything to recover after the movement is really important. Feel all the cells of your body getting the benefit. All right, and as you come out of the position, for the next part, since we're using a ball, we're going to take off the eye mask. So that you can see that I'm using kind of a small ball. I like this one, but a larger ball might work even better for many different exercises, especially this particular one, cat and cow on the ball, because you want to get proprioceptive input in the chest area and then in the pelvis as the pelvis presses against the ball. And you can see that I decided I want to keep my wrists in neutral, so I put my knuckles to the mat rather than my hands. Here's a way to just completely relax your spine. We often don't move our spine in a lateral direction as much as up and down. So this is important too, and you can see that the neck gets a chance to release as well. So everything is done in a natural way. I'm not forcing the neck, not forcing the spine. Just allow it to relax and allow it to release. So in modified child's pose, we're just going to let the body come forward. You can see the shoulders are going to relax forward. Gravity takes the shoulders down. This can be very helpful for releasing the shoulders, releasing the body. And it's a good place to rest. With the belly against the ball, you can feel the expansion and contraction of the diaphragm. All right, so here we're going to do a few exercises on the ball. Full body extension. lifting the upper and lower body, and then relaxing back in modified child's pose. So we're doing opposite movements, opening and then relaxing in a closed way. Fishtail. Right? Again, we're just releasing in a lateral direction in a very natural way. Here I'm just allowing the head to relax to each side in a very comfortable, friendly way. So we want to treat our body like our best friend. So we're kind to it. We're helping every cell of the body with our breath and with the movements. All right, this is a deep stretch to open up the upper spine. If you had a larger physiotherapy ball, you would have a deeper bend in the back. This one works well for me. So just breathing and continuing to let go in this position. And I'm pressing a little deeper, bringing my head toward the floor in a relaxed way. So these are some of the variations that you can do when you're working with this yourself. This is why you want to really use body sensing movement, which is you're sensing what your body wants. Help the neck up here if that is a good idea for you. Now there's an abdominal focus here. I'm supporting the neck and I'm just engaging the abdominal muscles and doing partial sit-ups. And then coming out of the position. It's fine to put your eye mask back on to go back into an internal space. We call this butterfly cocoon. This is an exercise from Fly Like a Butterfly, Yoga for Children. So the first position is your exhale, and then there's an opening for an inhalation. Very slowly, to allow there to be both a contraction and an expansion, using the breath in a contractive and expansive way. This good abdominal exercise also. Again, here we go, working and helping the lateral parts of our spine especially, but also the intercostal muscles around the rib cage and even our hips. So there's just a little free form movement here, just showing you how you can add some different things in that might feel good to you. I'm doing some very gentle bicycling movements for the hips, the legs, and the abdominal muscles. Of course, all of these you could do longer, or you could take a break and pick up again. 360 degrees breathing means we often just breathe in the front of our body, but now we're going to breathe all the way into our back, 360 degrees in our torso. We'll breathe all the way into your legs, all the way in. Now we come over onto the belly. We're going to do a few things here. Using the body muscles to roll back and then roll down. You can see I'm not really putting weight on my hands. I am using the muscles of my body and torso. You can see I'm actually lifting the hands here so you can see. We want to be using the body muscles here and roll back, lifting with the head first. And then on the way down, the body first, the head comes down last. Experiment with the forehead to the floor, which keeps our neck in neutral. So coming up and bringing the forehead down keeps the neck in neutral. Can come up a little higher if you'd like, but there is no particular program here. You do what works for you. So we're resting with the head turned to one side and then the other, just so it gets a little balance, a little relaxation, a little release in each side of the neck. Now the hands go underneath the pelvis, in the bottom of the pelvis where the legs meet the pelvis, to act as a fulcrum for leg lifts. So pulling the legs away from the gravity of the floor and releasing back down. You can see the neck is in neutral here. And just lifting as high as is comfortable for you, keeping the upper body relaxed. Extended lokas, lifting the legs and the arms. You can do these as many times as you would like. All right, now it's just a little wiggling back and forth to loosen up the body, to relax all of the cells. And now coming up again. Turning onto the side. For this one, I'd recommend that you put a pillow under your neck, so your neck feels comfortable. And then you're going to breathe into your back. In Qigong, we call this kidney breathing. So imagine you're inhaling, filling up the kidneys in the back. So you're going to hold the belly still a little bit and send the breath to the back. And do that on each side. And again, if you have a pillow, it's a good idea. Send the breath into the back, into the kidneys. This is all about self-nurturing, self-love, self-awareness. Using a relaxing breath in between, that's just a natural breath. You can just envision that you're sending loving, smiling energy to every cell of your body. And you can come up when you're ready. And just relax and have a beautiful day.